In this video, you will see the recipe of focaccia, the Italian bread which is not only super delicious but it is loaded with flavors. This bread has a perfect texture as it is crunchy and crispy on the top and soft within. It is loaded with vegetables and herbs which makes it an absolutely delicious snack. Can you see how soft it is? I just can't stop eating it. I have made this focaccia with a garden theme and have shown stepwise details to make a perfect bread dough at home with all the tips and tricks and perfect measurements. All you need is a perfect bread dough with correct amount of ingredients and techniques, and believe me, this is a 100% guaranteed recipe. Before we begin the recipe, do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get the notifications of my future videos. So let's get started. First of all, we need all-purpose flour. This is 3.5 cups of maida measured with a standard measuring cup. This is 3 spoons of salted butter which I have measured with a dessert spoon. You will need 1 tablespoon of instant yeast. I have used of Puromit brand. Also, I've taken 1 tablespoon of milk powder, 1 tablespoon of sugar and 1 tablespoon of salt. To activate the yeast, I have taken 300 ml of warm water. This step is very important, which will tell you whether the yeast you are using is fresh or stale. Here I have taken the yeast, and to this I will add only half a quantity of sugar to activate it, and the remaining half I'll add it to the dough. Now add in some water, and here you can see out of the 300 ml I have used only 50 ml and 250 ml I'll use to make the dough. Mix it well and cover and let it rest for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, the yeast has become frothy and will double in quantity. If this does not happen, then you need to change the yeast and not use it in the further process. To make the dough, let's first mix in the dry ingredients. Add in the salt, the milk powder, which will not only enhance the flavor but the fat content in it will make the bread very soft. Add the remaining sugar, and the reason to add sugar at this stage is when we start to knead the dough, we need to knead it for 10 to 15 minutes, after which the sugar melts and we cannot feel it with our palms, which is also an indication that the dough is ready for resting. Once the dry ingredients are mixed, add in the yeast. And start mixing it slowly with your fingers. Add water little by little and make a dough. The texture and softness of the bread depends upon the correct proportions of the ingredients and the process of kneading the dough, which I have explained in detail further in the video. You can also use a food processor to make the bread dough by adding in all the ingredients all at one time, which makes this process very easy. Here I have used 300 ml of water, and I will add butter only after the dough comes together. The dough has come together and I will transfer it to the kitchen platform. Kneading is very important to develop a good gluten, for which we need space, and the platform is the best place to do so. Before starting to knead, add in the butter and start kneading. At this stage, the dough will be very sticky. And we need to knead this till it becomes non-sticky, until we get the window pane test perfect, which I'll show you further in the video. After 10 minutes, the sugar granules melt and I can no longer feel them with my palms. The dough has become soft and it is non-sticky. Now I will show you the window pane test, which indicates whether the dough is ready for resting or no. Take a small portion and pull it apart for about 3 to 4 inches. If it doesn't tear and becomes transparent where you can see the light through it, it means the dough is ready. Otherwise, you need to continue kneading it. Tuck the dough underneath as shown and place it in a bowl. Apply 2 teaspoons of oil so that it doesn't dry up, and let it rest in a warm place for 2 to 3 hours or till it doubles in size. With a scraper, remove the traces of dough from the platform as it will harden and not get clean and will be quite a task for you to clean the kitchen space. You can use a blunt knife to do so. After 2.5 hours, the dough has doubled and is just perfect as we want it to be. Oil your palms and start kneading it again for 3 to 4 minutes. This dough has risen well because the yeast that we activated had doubled in size. The tip I would like to share here is whether you use instant or active yeast, do activate it as I've shown in the video and only then follow the further process. The dough is done and now it is ready for resting. If you want a thick bread, you can take a tray like this which will give you a good height to the bread. Before placing the dough, add olive oil generously as the focaccia type of bread needs plenty of oil. This tray is 9 by 5 inches in size. I'm going to make a flat bread today and use the oven tray. If you want a thick bread, use a small deep tray. Please do not judge this tray as dirty as these marks are due to constant baking and are unavoidable. This tray is cleaned thoroughly too. Apply olive oil generously, about 3 to 4 tablespoons, and spread it well. Place the dough and start spreading it till the edges. This dough will keep contracting, but the patience and perseverance will succeed and the dough will finally give up and settle the way you want it to be. The size of the tray I have used here is 15 by 10 inches. With your fingertips, make depressions as the olive oil that I'll drizzle later on will sit well in these cavities. Keep it aside for 10 minutes. I will show you the toppings that I am going to use for this bread. I have some bell peppers, green capsicum slices, carrots, boiled egg yolk, okra, the capsicum, and some onion slices. You have some carrot juliennes, French beans slit into halves, cherry tomatoes, and some coriander. Typically, olives are used or added to this bread, but I'm not going to do so as I love the bread very colorful and with different flavors in every bite. Start placing the herbs the way you want it. And it's great to involve the kids as they will eat it happily after being made, as they will feel so involved. So you can trick the little ones to eat the veggies generally they dislike. Last time I had used dill leaves and fenugreek leaves too. They taste awesome as well. This is the boiled egg yolk. I'm going to use this to depict the sun. The egg white is eaten by my pets who kept on jumping to reach the tabletop. So I will add carrot juliennes instead of egg whites for the sun rays. Here I'm placing the okra, that is the bhindi. Then a slice of green capsicum, yellow capsicum, and the red capsicum. Some carrots cut as flowers, and I will add the cherry tomatoes in between each capsicum flower. It tastes fabulous. Isn't this looking so pretty? These onion slices add a lot of flavor too, so I'm going to make place for one more onion flower and then we'll sprinkle some herbs, so keep watching. These are dried chili flakes, some oregano, you can use the Italian mix herbs, some basil, and very important to sprinkle salt as the crust should taste a little bit salty, plus the vegetables will taste better with the salt. Here you can use black sesame seeds as well. I'm using the white ones. And lastly, a generous drizzle of olive oil. And doesn't this look so good? Bake this at 220 degrees Celsius for 25 minutes or till it becomes golden in color. Initially the bread will look flat, but after 5 minutes you can see how puffed up it is. It has become fluffy. And the bread is done, and the aroma of this bread is so awesome. You will take little olive oil and sprinkle it on the hot bread, which will be soaked up immediately. And after 10 minutes, it's time to cut the focaccia. I will show you a close-up. Doesn't this look so yum? Do try this recipe, friends, and I'm sure you and your family will fall in love with it. Also, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel for more such interesting recipes. See you soon with a new video. Thank you for watching.